Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded a video, but I've been working on something. And today we're going to take a trip down memory lane and talk about Need for Speed. Again, this is like the part 2 from the other video. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's pretty good. And in other words, today I'll be talking about EA's struggle to try and recreate what they managed to do in the Underground era. From my own personal perspective, it feels like the popularity the franchise got in the Underground era, which saw the release of the 3 games that would forever shape the future of the franchise, was basically making a deal with the devil. EA won, but at what cost?
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Vaugier. The moves that you and your crew do in the game are meant to stay in the game. In the real world, drive safe, obey the laws of the road, and always wear your seatbelt.
Need for Speed Carbon was the first game to get hit with the curse of EA. Need for Speed Carbon is often referred as the middle child of the series. Black Box already had the perfect blueprint to make Carbon a success after the soaring successes of Underground 2 and Most Wanted. So, what happened? The answer is in the problem, which is ambition. Electronic Arts was well into turning a new corner in the mid and late 2000s into being a big-time corporation. It was deeply into setting up fancier, flashy new entries into each of their franchises, and this kind of ambition would lead to last-minute additions, multiple unnecessary cuts, and revisions that would ultimately lead to the penning of Carbon. The challenge that Black Box and EA faced wasn't solely rooted in a lack of direction. They actually had a fair idea for what they wanted Carbon to be: a free open-world hip arcade racer that would be a firm addition to a series that was on the rise at the moment in time. Now, the story. I always loved Carbon for the atmosphere, the foggy nighttime, the lonely canyon roads, the overdramatic music during duels and chases. That, combined with all the mysteries around uncut content, make it the closest to a creepy Need for Speed, and I like it. I like that, actually like that. That said, the career mode feels weak after comparing it to Most Wanted. The cheesy cutscenes are there, but the story is needlessly convoluted. Con converge. Okay, wait. Let me search this up actually real quick. I'm going to just search this up. Okay, found it. Convoluted. 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 Okay, I got it. I actually got it. Convoluted. Where were we? That said, the career mode feels weak after comparing it to Most Wanted. The cheesy cutscenes are there, but the story is needlessly convoluted and actually really simple at the same time. How many scenes do we need to get that Darius was behind it all? And worst of all, there are only 4 bosses, making the game short and giving it less incentive, which is a shame because boss races are amazing and better than the ones in Most Wanted. The Canyon Jews are what were supposed to give Carbon an exciting and a nice change of pace compared to the city racing. Each time you had Joe, it almost felt special. It wasn't just another race with 2 cars, but it felt like a dance of death where only one man is supposed to make it out alive. But locking it to a certain subset of the story ultimately led it to being largely ignored, asserting Carbon's identity as a lousy cash grab.
Sit down! How you been? It's time to settle a little score from Rockport. You think?
The other big problem is the lack of relevance to the cops. There is no actual need for them to exist instead of just being a nuisance. Sadly, no helicopters as well, but I'd say the lower level cops were more aggressive, but they're not needed to progress. This destroyed that addictive risk versus reward factor that actually made Need for Speed games popular. They should have made having to tangle with them part of the story. When I did my first playthrough, I didn't bother doing any pursuits because they gave you nothing and just felt like a nuisance blocking me from continuing my story progression. It was always go escape, then go mark the car, bring the heat down to not deal with them, rinse and repeat that until you are done with the game. The tighter streets of Palmont combined with the generally less grippy handling makes pursuits in Carbon really fun and a bit of a different challenge. Once I finally tried to actually do them, but I had to make a decision to try it, an aspect of the game completely ignored by the typical game loop. A damn shame given both that the pursuits are pretty fun and also that Carbon story mode is really short and could have used some more time consuming pursuits to lengthen it. On the other hand, the crew members are a good idea, but the execution is just flawed in a lot of ways, with some of them being too powerful and winning for you no matter how bad you drive, especially in speed trap events. The best mode in Most Wanted, which takes a hit here. I wish there was a way to run solo with a bigger reward or something. A lot of the issues can be attributed to the rushed development. Map is great but has unconnected areas like canyons and San Juan, which can't be free roamed. There's a wider car selection with nice addition of older muscle cars, but several vehicles don't make it into the final game, and there's a ton of unused content. Carbon, I think, had the potential to be better than Most Wanted, but
You don't want to be like
development
this.
knocks it
This
down
is disgusting.
a lot.
This is awful in every way. If I could
Need for
kill
Speed
it, I
Carbon
would.
was in one
But I
word
legally can't.
rushed. The content of the game felt like a collage put together by a 3-year-old, and amalgamation of concepts that did well individually, but when brought together, felt like a Victor Frankenstein was the director. And due to the fact that the game had no identity of its own, it just looked and felt like a Need for Speed and more like a bad DLC for Most Wanted, which would sadly turn into a trend for EA, designing games forever in the shadow of the past 2005 cult success. You guys have no idea how long it takes to do these voiceovers, like with words like amalgamation, convolation, San Juan. It sucks. It sucks. I'm having one of those like third. This called third wheeling when like the character like makes reference to the reward and points at the screen and like, hey, you there, I can see you, like breaking the fourth wall. Basically, this is what I'm doing. And like, yeah, I should get to the next part actually and stop talking. Okay, next part. Next.
So Pati is coming soon. I just got sick and got super lazy, and yeah, that's why the video is a bit crap, but I promise next upload will be serious and very good. But hope you guys actually did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.